Tigers will go right to left here in the first half. Don't think that it's just inside scoring strength with Andrean. There's three big guys of Metella, Fry, and Power. Brum had 7 3-pointers in a ball game this year, and Fuss, who shares time at the point guard or at the other guard spot with Kelly, he's had 20 in a game, so they can go inside and outside.
Ready to go. The tap controlled by Yorktown. Chad Elliott back to Lucas Beam. Beam on the right wing. Throw it over to Chris Stevens, the young backcourt man, the sophomore, down to Caleb Henderson. Luke Beam hit the shot. Beam with a 15-footer to the right side. Yorktown gets the early lead, and up the court for Andrean will come Kyle Brum. Brum picked up by Steven. Now the pass is back over on the left side to Jeff Fuss. Fuss back outside, and Jared Fry. Fry headed to Loyola to play his Division I basketball. Right wing is Brum. Brum back outside. The pass across to Fry. Fry moves to the left side. Back out to Brum. Lost the ball. And picked it up. Metella's got it. Can't get anywhere. He'll dish it back outside, and the ball comes across to Jeff Fuss. Fuss to the wing. Power. Shane Power, 21 points a ball game. A sophomore. Take it in and score. Boy, he is strong. He's a guard. He handles the ball well. He's 6'5", and he puts it in. Shane Power ties the score for the first time at 2 apiece, and Caleb Henderson gets the ball to Chad Elliott, to John Donahue, to Lucas Beam. Beam takes it down at the block, put it up, and missed the shot. Rebound is taken off with a foul on Beam. He found Len Metella, the big guy, who got the rebound. Metella, 6'9", and he will be a problem if you don't block him out. That time it was not done so. Beam had the shot.
Boy, if you block him out, you hope that you're the one that gets fouled. If you don't block him out, then you're trying to out-jump him, reach over him, and that's where you can get called for the foul.
On the inbounds, it comes to Powers. Shane Power up the court. 6'5", a sophomore, and he's got a body to go along with the 6'5". Power traveled on the outside. Got the turnover.
Boy, here's a kid, if you're in the arena, that you might take a look at, because Kyle Brum is not picked to college. He's hoping that Dan Dockich will take him to Bowling Green, and I hope Ray McCallum gets a good scouting more on Kyle Brum. Not that the Cardinals need another guard coming in, but he's a good-looking young guard.
Luke Beam's got it on the outside from Chad Elliott. Back it goes. Chris Stevens with the ball. Stevens moving against Brum. Bad pass, but Henderson saved it. Moves it right side. Stevens has got it. Get it low. Chad Elliott. Elliott on the turn. Can't get the shot. Throws it away, but saved on the outside by Luke Beam. Beam, 12 points a ball game. 6'2", 6'3" senior into Donahue. Got position. Fakes, fires, and foul. Donahue will be at the free throw line. See if they give it to Metella.
Yorktown to beat Andrean, I think, has to play an intelligent basketball game. I think Andrean is probably a better balanced team inside, outside than is the Yorktown Tigers. But the Tigers have some quickness, they have some depth, and they need to play intelligently today.
John Donahue, the senior co-captain, hits the free throw. Yorktown has another lead at 3-2. Metella did have the foul. That's his first, and Donahue will have a second try for the Southpaw. We're 2 minutes into the second game. Plymouth won the first game on a buzzer beater by a young man who had only hit 5 threes all season long. Nick Cheney fired in at the buzzer, and it counted. There was no question about it. He let it go at about 1 second to go. Brum on the outside, get it back to Fry. Fry to the right side over to Fuss. Fuss to Fry. Looks low to Metella. Nothing there. Powers got it in the wing. Take it down the lane in traffic. Missed the shot. Good defense by Beam. Rebound, Chad Elliott. Back to Lucas Beam. Beam will bring it down court for the Yorktown Tigers and get a screen from Chris Stevens. Boy, there's a very unnecessary foul by Kyle Brum. He came in and kind of grabbed Luke Beam.
Well, you take all those breaks early because it adds up at the end of the ball game when a kid has 3 fouls or 4 fouls, whether he's on the floor or not. So even though it's only a throwaway foul at this point, it could be big later on.
Beam on the inbounds. Tigers by 2 at 4-2, 5.5 to play. Chris Stevens, 15-footers off. Rebound, John Donahue back up. Nice deflection by Fry, and there's Chris Stevens getting a foul. Stevens leaning in and hacking Kyle Brum. So the ball will go over to Andrean. They're dressed in their red and gold and white uniforms. Yorktown green trimmed, or white trimmed in green. sure some Yorktown fans appreciate seeing that green and white. And we have a substitution coming in for Yorktown. Emerson Hurd, who has been steady in tournament play, will check into the ball game, and leaving is Chad Elliott.
You don't want a player like Emerson Hurd, who you're going to count on later on to sit on the bench and build anxiety. Get him in early.
Here's Brum on the outside, Brum to Fry. Fry, quick motion. Outside it comes across, and with the ball is Fuss. Fuss back to Brum, and Brum going against the Yorktown defense, gets it to Power on the right wing. Low to Metella on the baseline. Good job by Donahue. Metella, the bigger man, forces a shot. Well, that's good defense by John Donahue. The missed shot, Emerson Hurd the rebound. Here come the Tigers leading 4-2 at the ball. Lucas Beam on the left side. Take it down near the corner, and outside it comes across to Caleb Henderson. Henderson to Steven, low to Emerson Hurd, the layup no good. Got his own rebound, throws it away. Metella got the second rebound after Hurd missed a good shot. Got the rebound, but turned it over.
He was trying to throw it off of a man out of bounds, and the man caught it instead of allowing it to hit him.
Yeah, Metella had too good of hands, I guess, and he threw it too high. Want to throw it off their shins. But the ball is Brum. Brum back to Fuss. He'll fire from three-point range, no good. Beam on the blackout gets the rebound. Tigers lead 4-2. Donahue up and off. Rebound is taken off by Fry. John Donahue caught it off balance and put up a prayer. Wasn't close. Power back outside. Brum inside. Nice pass. Layup good. Is hit by Jeff Fuss. Boy, it was a good entry pass.
That's why teams are going to take a look at Brum.
Inside, 4-4. Yorktown has the ball. Chris Stevens from 14's in. Nice move. Jump shot. Chris Stevens, the sophomore. Make it a 6-4 Yorktown lead. 3:49 to play in the first quarter, and Fry's on the outside for Andrean. Yorktown 6-4, 3:40 to play in the quarter, and with the ball is Brum. Again, looks low to Fuss, but Power gets the ball on the outside. Power, Shane Power moves it off, and Brum missed the three. Foul on Metella. Metella over the top, gets the second foul. First break of the game.
I'll tell you, Maury, the other thing, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Bradburn get Holtzclaw or Quarles into the game, almost for the same reason. You just don't want a kid stewing on the sidelines who you're going to have come in the ball game and be a big contributor for you.
Well, Metella leaves the game, Jeff, but they put in Mike O'Neill, who's 6'7". Long pass down, inside, bucket, John Donahue hitting. Boy, Yorktown broke the press. They take an 8-4 lead as John Donahue gets his fourth point of the afternoon. Long shot by Fry. NBA three. Fry backed up for three. Jared Fry headed to Loyola, and he could drain the outside shot. We got a double dribble on Caleb Henderson under the pressure of Jared Fry, and Henderson turns the ball over. It comes back to Andrean. They trail 8-7, but have the ball. Inbounds Fry to O'Neill. O'Neill out to Brum, and Brum comes back to Fry down in the left corner. Inside to O'Neill. The big guy puts it up and in. All of a sudden, Andrean scores 5 straight points and take the lead. 9-8. Tigers, I think, trail for the first time in the game. Back to John Donahue. Donahue over to Caleb Henderson. There's that outside three off the rim. Rebound is taken off by O'Neill. The big guy off the bench has a bucket and a rebound. And Brum gets the ball on the left side. Almost stripped away. Diving for the ball. Power gets it. Power in the corner. Shane Power, almost 22 points a ball game for the 6'5 sophomore guard. They're hanging on him down in the corner. They go inside with the ball. His Fry on the turnaround, missing. Rebound is taken off by Chris Stevens. Stevens of Yorktown with the ball. Nice pass to Beam, and Luke Beam across the timeline with 2:18 to play in the quarter. Inside the button. This shot. Well, I thought Emerson Hurd was going to drain that one easily. Too hard off the backboard, and Graham's got the ball back. There's Fry again for 3 hits. Wow. Boy, he has drained 2 very long threes. They've got to extend the perimeter defense on Jared Fry, and Graham with its biggest lead of 12-8. Yorktown earlier led 8-4. Chris Stevens has the bucket. Cross-court pass. Caleb Henderson missed the shot. Rebound is taken off again by Andrean. No Yorktown second shots, Jeff, as Power brings it back for the Fighting 59ers. They call them the Fighting 59ers. Their address is 5959 Broadway in Merrillville. Power gets the charge. Turnover, and Ryan hits first, and Yorktown gets the ball back.
Clint Swan is in his first year as the head coach of Andrean. He was the JV coach last year, and he knew this team had potential when he took over as the head coach. But he said all along it was chemistry and really dedication were the two missing ingredients a year ago when Andrean just had some missing parts. But this year, Clint Swan has them playing at a much higher level.
Young-looking guy, and he is a young guy. He's a St. Joe College graduate. Had a nice conversation with him last night at the shoot-around. 12-8. It's Yorktown down by 4, but they have the ball. Jared Quarles is in. Scotty Holsclaw is in the game as well. Luke Bean down in the corner, tries the baseline, stops, jump shoot, misses. Rebound taken off, and Graham's got the ball. Darren Kelly, a new guard, is in. Kelly's got the ball back to Brum. Brum goes low to O'Neal, and Chad Elliott gets the foul. Elliott, Holsclaw, and Quarles all came in for Yorktown.
Yorktown has just gotten where they've gone cold. They are 3 out of 12, 25% here in the first quarter. After hitting 3 of their first 8, they really have gone cold, and they've had some good shots at the basket.
Brum on the inbounds. 2 big plays in this first quarter. Jared Fry with 2 outside threes. O'Neal goes to the basket, misses. Rebound is taken off, and Luke Bean taps it around, and Emerson Hurd finally ends up with the ball. Tigers kept alive. Well, I can't understand. Jared Fry left the ball game, and he was hot as a poker, but he's on the bench right now. A lot of substitutions by each coach here in the latter moments of the first period. With the ball is Jared Quarles. Back it up, Scotty Holsclaw to the right side. Holsclaw, the hero that led him in game 7 of 8 free throws in the fourth period. Chad Elliott on the runner, no good. And rebound taken up by Shane Powers. Powers up to Brum. Kyle Brum, right back to Shane Power, and it comes across to Darren Kelly. They really have a 3-guard offense, and Kelly will turn fire, and this rebound is taken off. 2 Andrean players have the ball. We've got traveling. Good call by the official. Yorktown will have it down 4, 26-7. In case you missed it earlier, Plymouth on a buzzer beater by Nick Cheney from NBA range at the buzzer, 76-73 over Peru to win the game.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of Tiger fans on their way back to Peru already.
What a great effort.
A great effort, and they would feel for Peru Tiger fans. Their kids came in 16-8, played a great game.
Yeah, they did, and I thought they could win it. There's Hurd missing a shot. Rebound is taken off by Shane Power. Power a long pass down to Darren Kelly. Stops in trouble, throws it back outside to Kyle Brum. Brum to Shane Power. Power gets it low, but it's almost deflected by Emerson Hurd. Power picks it up, missed the shot. O'Neal back up, no good to buzzer. Boy, O'Neal, just a real easy shot on the rebound at the end of the quarter. Yorktown trails by 4 at the quarter, behind Andrean, 12-8. Second quarter next up on WLBC.
Just say yes to Goodwin Brothers, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, and Eagle in Newcastle. In February, you helped Goodwin's just say no to the tax man. Now they're just saying yes to low prices. They've cut prices on Neon, Intrepids, Jeeps, trucks, and more. Plus cash rebates and low financing available to qualified buyers. Stop by and see Indiana's oldest automobile dealership, Goodwin Brothers, Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeep, and Eagle on the corners of State Roads 3 and 38 in Newcastle.
Did you know that Tom Cherry Muffler is not only Muncie's oldest full-service muffler repair shop, but also Indiana's oldest? That's right. Tom Cherry Muffler was Indiana's first back in 1946. And 51 years later, we're still serving customers in central Indiana. Many people want to know how we've been able to maintain our business without the competition. The answer is simple. Treat people with courtesy, fix their problems quickly at a fair price, and always stand behind your work. Tom Cherry Muffler, corner of 8th and Liberty in Muncie. No equipment necessary. We'll hear you coming.
Maury Mannings and Jeff Weller, University Arena. First quarter, Yorktown trails 12-8 at the end of the quarter. Jeff, that's with the stats.
Andrean 5 of 13, 38%. They were 2 of 4 from three-point range. Yorktown 3 of 14, 21% from the field. 0 for 2 from three-point range. Tigers hit 2 of 2 at the foul line, and that's the key stat.
And we get started, and they get it easily inside the big kid off the bench, Mike O'Neal, and he scores. It's a 14-8 Andrean lead by 6. Tigers better start hitting the basket. They could be out of this thing. They need a score.
They haven't scored in 4 minutes, and you just can't win with those kind of droughts.
Holsclaw and Henderson are both in at shooting guards for the Yorktown Tigers. Chris Stevens is waiting at the bench, though, to come in. Holsclaw's got it. Jared Fries now on Jared Quarles. Holsclaw's wide open. Missed the 3. Rebound is taken off, and again it's Andrean's Jeff Fuss. Fuss to Kyle Brum.
Physically, this is one huge mismatch.
Yeah, it really is. Outside is Jared Fry. But if Yorktown could hit, that could certainly neutralize it. Here's Darren Kelly coming inside, and Can't get the roll, got his own rebound, put it up, no good. Donahue slaps it back to Holstraw. Holstraw's got it for the Tigers, up to Henderson. Caleb across the timeline, Luke Bean coming in, and he's rejected by big Mike O'Neill.
Was that a great play?
That was just a super defensive play. Mike O'Neill swatted down Luke Bean's layup. Bean thought he was fouled. The official said no.
Maury, Luke Beam hasn't played anybody probably all year that can do that to him. You just haven't seen that many kids that size with the athletic ability to make that deflection.
And he's not a starter.
I just was saying, Mike O'Neill is reserved and playing because out of the chute, Len Matella inside picked up 2 fouls for Andrean. The Fighting 59ers are in control of this game. They obviously certainly haven't won anything, but they have a physical superiority they're taking huge advantage of.
Jeff, we did have a foul on Caleb Henderson on the inbounds play, so rack that up as they go inside to Jared Fry. He'll miss the shot. Donahue battling for the rebound for Yorktown and throwing it off. Up to Luke Bean. Tigers need a bucket. They led 8-4, and Andrea now leads 14-8. That means 10 straight points for Andrea. There's Chris Stevens for 3 off the back of the iron. No second shots, Yorktown again. It's Fuss with the rebound up to Jared Fry. Comes back over to Jeff Fuss, and Fuss comes back to Kyle Brum, and we've got a whistle inside, a shove on Jared Fry. Fry shoving off on John Donahue, gets his first foul.
That's 5 team fouls on Andrean, 4 team fouls on Yorktown. Yorktown doesn't have a player with more than 2. I'll tell you, Yorktown is 0 for 4 from three-point range. They've had some good three-pointers, but Joe Bradburn earlier this week told Dave Preston on our AM station, you had to work inside and then out. Right now, they're going outside and not going inside except for 1 bucket by Donahue.
Yeah, they've established nothing inside, and because of that, nothing's been established outside. Here's Donahue off to Stevens. Chris Stevens has the ball kicked by Mike O'Neill.
I don't think you can just go line for line. I think Andrean is too big, and the only way you can beat them just shooting threes is you better have the game of your life and be on target better than 0 for 4 from three-point range if you're Yorktown.
Yeah, their guards can hit well, but they also defend the perimeter well, and outside is Donahue, who leads Yorktown with 4 points. Caleb Henderson scoreless so far. Down to Chris Stevens. He has a bucket. Luke Bean really wanting to get on target for the Yorktown Tigers. He has a bucket as well, but they need more from him. Chris Stevens down in the right corner, brings it outside on the bounce to Donahue. Off the beam on the point, tied up by Shane Power.
That's a good call. Luke Bean didn't like it, but I'll tell you, that's where the strength, Maury. Without the strength, that's not a held ball. That's just a brief contact with the ball, but Power got his hand on it and then just out-wrestled Luke Bean for it.
With the physical stature, here's Emerson Hurd for a layup, and he hit it. Yorktown finally got the bucket into 10-point string by Andrean. Can you imagine Shane Power with the body he's got now, Jeff, after developing 2 more years? Wow, Jared Fry. He's got the best body on the court. He's a sophomore. Get a load of Mike O'Neill. He'll bang into Hurd and hit the shot.
Well, I like him.
Boy, he's done a nice job. He's a bulky kid, about 230, I would guess. 6'7", ball deflected out of bounds by Shane Power. It's a 16-10 Andrean lead. And Yorktown staying in it despite the fact they're not getting much offense.
Well, they are 4 of 18. Yorktown is 4 of 18 and 0 of 4 from three-point range. They are not shooting the ball very well. Andrean has out-rebounded Yorktown 16-10.
Well, Alexandria won its game. Winchester lost its game. They lost to Paoli down at Hinkle by a sizable margin outside of Stevens. Blue River was leading 18-2 over Counts at Bill Green Arena. And there's the ball stripped from Luke Bean. Back the other way comes Darren Kelly. Kelly up to Jared Fly. He can hit it. He missed one finally from that spot, and Emerson Hurd got the rebound. Hurd to Bean. Luke Bean brings it down court. He'll take it inside to Hurd to left. There we go. Luke Bean, the shovel pass to Emerson Hurd.
Spread them out. You can take advantage of the quickness.
That was an excellent offensive play, and there's the ball deflected away. Chris Stevens gets the ball. Coming down on Jared Fry. Over goes to John Donahue. Well, that's a late whistle, but he got hammered. Had they not called that, the Yorktown fans would have come out of the stands. John Donahue did a good job. Personal foul committed by Andrean, and John Donahue is 2 of 2 from the line. Will go through the stripe and a chance to narrow the 4-point deficit midway in the second quarter. 4:11 to play, and Donahue on the stripe. The lefty will fire. Yorktown trying to come back. They've scored 4 straight. There's 5 straight. After Andrean had 10 in a row, the Tigers have come back with 5 in a row of their own. They've narrowed the gap to 16-13 behind Andrean.
Emerson Hurd already has 5 rebounds.
And Donahue has 4 straight free throws and 6 points. 16-14. Yorktown trails by just 2, and they're back in it. Up comes Darren Kelly. Kelly for the 59ers. Caleb Henderson all over him defensively, and Shane Powers got the ball. Power inside the 3-point strike. Off it comes to Brum. Low pass to Jared Fry on the turn. Yes. Jared Fry, a lean and lanky, very maneuverable kid at 6'7". Hits again. He has 2 threes in addition to that shot. And it's an 18-14 Andrean lead. We're at 3:41 to play in the first half, and Luke Bean will bring the ball across the timeline with Chad Elliott waiting to come in for Yorktown. There's Bean firing back to Henderson, wide open. And the 3 out. Well, he had that, and it would not stay. Rimmed in and out. And Caleb Henderson can't connect on the 3. Darren Kelly on the side. Get it back to Fry. 3:19 to play, out of control. To Brum, and he's fouled by Chris Stevens.
There's a case where a bad pass costs Yorktown a foul. If that's a good pass, Chris Stevens doesn't end up making contact on the catch of the pass.
He might have stolen it had it been a good pass.
That's the second foul on Chris Stevens.
John Donahue will leave. Scott Holstall will come back in. Holstall coming in for Stevens.
Boy, don't some of the Yorktown kids look lean and thin and almost painfully thin in comparison to this football-like squad that Andrean has.
Grown big in Northern Indiana. They've got the height and the body as well. Outside, Kyle Brum to the left side, and Holstall's on him. It's Andrean by 4. Jared Fry on a turn. Missed that one. There's Mike O'Neal again hitting. Jeff, he might be the MVP of this game right now.
No question, Mike.
Mike O'Neal with 8 points coming in for Len Latella, who got 2 early fouls. There's a warning from the official. Emerson Hurd and Jared Fry. 2014 Andrean by 6. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Into Caleb Henderson. Luke Bean, Chad Elliott coming down. Take it in on Mike O'Neal. And that's back to Beeman over to Henderson. The Holstall, low to Emerson Hurd. Super pass deflected out of bounds. I tell you, O'Neal is intimidating Yorktown inside.
Clint Swan, obviously his coaching staff did their homework. Every time Holstall or Henderson is on the perimeter, there's a fighting 59er right there in their face. They're going to have a tough time getting that 3 off.
And there's Henderson.
Good example.
Yeah, we might add that they're a little more physical than those 2 as well. Beam inside against Fry. Yes, nice bucket. Yeah, that was. Beam over Fry for the bucket. 2016 Andrean by 4, and Kyle Brum takes it inside. There's O'Neal again hitting. 10 off the bench. Mike O'Neal. 6'7", a senior, has obviously played some basketball for Andrean. Came in for the highly publicized Len Latella, who's going to Bowling Green, but it's O'Neal who's killing the Yorktown Tigers with 10.
Figure he'd go and play football somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. With the ball is Holstall. Holstall on the corner, tries to shake open out the Bean. Caleb Henderson's open, finally hits the 3. Caleb Henderson hits the first 3 of the game for Yorktown. Back to a 3-point game at 22-19 Andrean. 2 minutes to play in the half. Shane Power goes low on the baseline into Hurd, missed the shot. Rebound Emerson Hurd. Tigers can tie with the 3. Down is Bean. Lead pass to Hurd. Back to Elliott. Elliott goes baseline, puts it up, and it won't stay. Rebound is taken off by Andrean and Jeff Fuss.
But boy, O'Neal's presence that time really caused some problems on that shot.
That's twice now Chad Elliott has been intimidated by Mike O'Neal.
Why not?
I would be.
Yeah.
Outside is Kyle Brum. We've got a whistle inside. Either a hold or a block. I saw the official say white, so I think we've got a Tiger holding. And the official called holding Tiger.
That's second foul on Luke Bean.
So Bean gets 2, and Graham's got the ball. Bean comes over and says something to the official, not of a intimidating nature. The official shook his head and said, okay.
I don't know if Andrean's on spring break, but boy, some of you Yorktown fans who put off your spring break plans should commend yourselves. There's a nice turnout today from Yorktown.
Sure is.
They've done a great job this week supporting their team, and we were happy to be a part of the pep session on Thursday night. But boy, good to see this many Yorktown people here.
Well, they turned out in numbers today. Shane Power outside. The ball comes to Jeff Fuss. Fuss waits for the breaker. Kyle Brum's down in the corner on the baseline, but he's covered by Scotty Holzclaw.
Boy, Joe Bradford thinks Brum and Power are both pushing off with their other arm.
Well, there's a great scramble, and Chad Elliott dives for the ball for a held ball. It'll still be Andrean's ball, but Chad Elliott put some vigor into the Yorktown defense right there.
And I agree with him. When you watch Brum and Power with the ball in their possession on the dribble, watch the left arm. That's the one that Joe Bradford says they're putting out on the chest of the Yorktown player, shoving them away.
Well, they're bigger anyway, and you give them the forearm as well, and we've seen Power particularly doing that, and the official just made a call, Jeff. I think Joe Bradford maybe had something to do with that. They call a down number. It may be on, I thought it was going to be on Power, but I think it was on Mike O'Neill instead. O'Neill gets his first.
I'll tell you, Mike O'Neill and Emerson Hurd, that's the big and the little, if you will, in comparison, but Emerson Hurd is holding his own.
Emerson's got the finesse. O'Neill's got the ball.
Emerson's come off the bench. He's got 4 points. He's got 6 rebounds. Off the bench, Mike O'Neill, 10 points and 4 boards for Andrean.
Scott Holzclaw at the free throw line. One of the best free throw shooters for the Tigers. They are down by 3. He's up. He got it. Holzclaw drains the 3 of the free throw and gets his first point. Yorktown's perfect at the line. 5 out of 5. They are within 2. They could cut it to 1. Holzclaw up. Got another one. 22-21. Andrean by 1. 60 seconds to play in the first half, and Kyle Brum will carry the ball up across the timeline for Andrean. Tigers want the ball back. They could have the halftime lead. Back to O'Neill. He bumps in. Back over to Powers. Outside the Brum. Brum in the wing. Fuss has got it. Fuss guarded by Henderson. Takes it on the left side of the lane. Good job by Henderson. Good job by Yorktown's defense. Powers got the ball. 40 seconds to play in the half. Power takes it and lost the ball. Good defense by Yorktown. Jared Bulls gets the rebound. Yorktown could get the halftime lead.
Joe Bradford with one shot. Give the defense from Yorktown a huge amount of credit right there. Great stand.
And there's a near steal. Powers deflects the ball out of bounds and goes into the scorer's table and is being helped up by Jared Quarles. The Tigers have Henderson, Quarles, and Holzclaw.
I'll tell you.
3 guards with Elliott and Hurd.
We might look like an explosion of St. Patrick's Day in spring if Yorktown had happened to hit a shot here and go to the locker room with the lead at this first half, because they have trailed virtually. The last time Yorktown led or was tied was it was tied at 4. Yorktown led briefly at 8-7, and then Andrean took over at 9-8. So it's been a while. That was in the first quarter.
So the Tigers, after the game was tied on 2 occasions early in the first quarter, trying to get the halftime lead. Comes into Quarles with 20 seconds to play in the half. Up to Caleb Henderson. He'll cut the center circle. Take it to the front court to Holzclaw on the wing. 13 seconds. Holzclaw's got it. Got to get rid of it. Advances the ball to the center circle and fires it up to Caleb Henderson. 7 seconds. Hurd with 5, 4, 3. Elliott firing and throwing the ball away, and that's going to end the first half of play. So the Tigers don't get the last shot. Let's credit Andrean with a good defensive effort. That's the same as we have done with Yorktown in the prior possession. We have finished the first half. 20. Nick Cheney's three-pointer as the buzzer sounded. No question about it that it counted. And Plymouth is in the finals of the Semi-State. They are in the Final Four, and Yorktown trying to join that elite company. Chris Stevens with the ball in the second half. Chad Elliott, the Luke team, same starters in for Yorktown. Down by 1, they get the possession. They could get the lead. They led early on, but that dissipated after a 10-point run by Andrean. Caleb Henderson outside, back to Chris Stevens. Stevens starts in, but can't get through. Up to Donahue. Donahue had 4 early in the ball game. On the turn, coming up. Goodness, how about that? John Donahue gets the bucket, and Donahue gives Yorktown the first lead for the first time in some time. Donahue's got 8 for the game now. It's 23-22. Yorktown by 1. Jared Fry to Len McCullough. Shoved by Chris Stevens. That's a mismatch, and Chris shoved off.
That's his third. Chris is having a little bit of problem in this game, but he's in there with bigger, stronger animals in that youngster. And Kim, Double Ross had a nice feature on him during our extended WABC special Saturday show. And it was nice to hear from Chris. He's been a great contributor to Yorktown. This will get Hertzball back in the game for the Tigers. But Maury, the thing that I would say about Yorktown, the pace of the game is good for them right now.
Yes, it is. we'll wait for the indication from the officials. Chad Elliott will let the foul.
I know just from keeping score and all the things that I like to keep track of, the first game was just frantic. It was almost frantic from the tip-off all the way. In fact, it was one of those games that even with 6 minutes left, it felt like each possession was the last. It was just so hectic. This game is much more methodical in its pace.
Metella hits the free throw. That's his first. So Len Metella ties his score 23. That's their third tie of the ball game. Or first of the second half. Metella gets two, and Yorktown down by one again. 24-23. 1 minute gone. Period 3. Full court pressure put on by Andrean, and we've got a hold in the inbound play. Jeff Fuss is holding Caleb Henderson and gets the personal foul. Fuss with his first, if you will. Minute gone. 24-23. Andrean by one.
But he didn't use his fifth for Fuss's first.
Let's not continue that any further. On the inbound, Luke Bean. Hope you enjoyed our Semi-State coverage. We'll be back with the championship game tonight, of course, right here on 104.1 WLBC. It's an 8:05 start, so we'll be on the air at about 7:30 tonight at 104.1 WLBC.
And there will be tickets available, and I just heard him say the doors open at 6:30.
So we got the slam dunk and the three-point competition. There's full score for three. Bang! Rebound, Metella taken away, but there's a foul. Yorktown foul. As Metella got the rebound, he was bumped. And I believe the personal foul has been assessed to John Donahue.
That's his first. Yorktown has Bean, Elliott, each have two. Chris Stevens has three. Andrean has Metella with two. He's the only one with more than two. He basically sat out with the whole first half. Two early fouls.
There's Kyle Brown up to Jeff Fuss. Fuss against Henderson. Lost the handle of the ball. Diving for it. Tangent. Well, looked like he was out of bounds. Joe Bradford thought he was out of bounds.
He thought he traveled, right?
Let Metella near steal. Kyle Brown in the corner to Fuss. Fuss to Metella. He'll drive. Jump, shoot, miss. Rebound, Chad Elliott. Elliott to Bean. Good handling by Bean. And Williams a man short. Caleb Henderson up. Hey! Boom! Caleb Henderson hits his second three. Yorktown back on top at 26-24. The Tigers on top by two. Wanting to go to the Semi-State final tonight. Jared Fry used the edge of the backboard and scored on the baseline. Fry's had a good afternoon for Andrean, and the score is tied for the fourth time. 10 for Fry, 26-26. Lucas Bean, the skip pass to Henderson to Holsclaw. Now it's back to Bean. Gets a screen. Fakes inside Elliott. The give and go. He gets the layup. But Bean really set him up with Chad didn't finish. He kind of backed open the shot and didn't go strong. With the ball is Brun. Brun back to Fry. Jared Fry, for his size, handles the ball and moves about as well as you would see a kid that size in high school. Shane Power has been shut down of late. Kyle Brun back to Len Metella. Moving in, lost the ball. Picked up by Scott Holsclaw. Holsclaw's 1 and 3. I want to hold it up, and he does. Wise decision. Caleb Henderson gets the double team. Back to Holsclaw. 5 minutes to play in period number 3. It's a Yorktown and Brian tie at 26-26. 4 ties in the game. Henderson to Holsclaw. Runs on Holsclaw. Feeds it back outside to Bean. Luke Bean on the drive in the corner. Holsclaw. Back to Bean. Wide open for three. Off the front of the line. Rebound is taken up by Len Metella. Metella to Jared Fry. Up to Kyle Brun. Brun guarded by Holsclaw. We're knotted halfway through the third. At 26 and a low-scoring affair. Into Metella. On the turn. Fire hit. Well, he's the difference yet having Metella in the game. He sat out much of the first half with foul difficulty, although his reserve, Michael Hill, hit double figures that night.
I wonder if they ever play those two players at the same time.
Well, that would really be tough, and you'd have a lot of size in there with both. Here's Bean. Caleb Henderson wide open. That'll be short of the three. And Fuss may have gotten just a piece of that ball. It fell short. Up is Jared Fry. Up to Kyle Brun. Brun's got it. Delivers it across the timeline. Jared Henderson heard waiting to come in for Yorktown. Fry in the corner. Out to Len Metella. Not expected to shoot some deep range, but he's got it. Back to Shane Power. He can do it. Low to Fry. Split by Holsclaw. Scott Holsclaw on his foot. Will pull it back. Wise decision. He was 1 on 2 again. Almost threw the ball away, but Caleb Henderson saved it. Back to Luke Bean. Bean against Brown. Gets a screen from Elliott. They need more production.
he would have had to have a bigger day.
Here's Dean on the baseline drive. Scoring! All you have to do is bring it up, Jeff. Dean's got 6 and the score is tied for the fifth time at 28. 2:48 to play in the third. Yorktown, the 8th-ranked team in the state, 22-3. They lost to Johnson twice and Muncie Central. That's it. Inside to Metella. Donahue bumping up against him, and Metella gets the bucket. Will it count? Donahue fouled him. Now will they count the bucket? The officials indicate yes. Metella's basket will count. So the Tigers fall down by 2 again. Metella has come in and got you 5 in the third period. Emerson Hurd coming in, and it'll be Chad Elliott leaving for the Yorktown Tigers. Hurd gave the Tigers a big boost when it came out of the first quarter.
Wayne Barker and Chris Benedict, 2 old friends of Joe Bradman's, are here to support their former teammate and coaching Roderick from Broadway.
And we've got a timeout in the court. Timeout with 2:36 to play in period number 3. It's 30-28. Andrean will take a break for 30 seconds. We'll be right back. I tell you, Metella hits the free throw. It's a 3-point lead. It may be class basketball and all that, but it's been a great day of basketball so far. We've had 2 excellent ball games, low-match teams, and perhaps that's the secret of class basketball. You've got that equality, and you've got good games. Outside is Luke Dean. There's Scott Holston wide open, Jack. Scott Holston hit the 3. So the Tigers come right back and tie the score for the 6th time. The final tie of the third quarter.
Boy, that is very key. The later that we get in this game, Yorktown, they just can't afford to flat 6-7 points behind.
Full guard pressure, and Brand having difficulty getting the ball in, but they do it. A steal by McBean. Dean's got the ball. Yorktown can take the lead. There's Scott Holston. Fades, fires, airball. It'll be out of bounds. Get it to Andrean. Holston wide open. Flat out. Not enough steam, and he threw it out of bounds on a shot. Inbounds, it comes to Kyle Glove. Well, Yorktown's got the full court clamps. That's the first time they've really come out that aggressively, and they got the steal. This time Andrean makes the break down the court, and with the ball is Shane Tower. Tower has been held in check. Nice pass to Metella for the jam. For the rim, never bounced back up. I better save that. Metella went up hard. Well, you can see his presence, Jack, is a real factor here in period 3.
Yeah, no question. He's more athletic. Michael Neal is more your big, lumbering type of guy. Pretty mobile and nimble, but Metella offers you the ability to maybe run the floor a little bit.
Well, Metella's a Jack Spratt, and O'Neal's a Paul Bunyan. As Luke Dean drives the lane and scores. We're tied again. Dean gets the basket, so Luke's got a couple of quick baskets here in the third period with 1:38 to play. We're tied at 38-38. We're still at 33-33. We're still in the third quarter. Full court pressure
he had a physical disadvantage, height-wise, bulk, whatever you want to say, to rise to the occasion rather than to be the superior player. Sometimes you don't play smartly when you have the superior size or quickness advantage. Yorktown had a great quarter.
Lynn Metella's got the ball against Donnie. You take it and score. Metella has come through here in the second half for the Andrean Fighting 59ers. So Metella now 11 points for the game, 37-35. Yorktown by 2. We're a half minute into the fourth quarter of play. And Yorktown for another upset. Can they make it to the Final Four? Can they play Plymouth tonight? We hope so. With the ball is Caleb Henderson. Inside Henderson, Hurd. It's up. It's up. That's bad. Henderson to Hurd. Scoring. Yorktown by 4 again. 39-35. And up the court comes Shane Power. They break the press. Power will take it all the way and miss the layup. Rebound Henderson, Hurd. Hurd's really shown some great flashes today. Yorktown, best spot of the day. 4-point lead on the ball. And there's an air ball. Donahue, the rebound, no good. As Lee missed the shot. Donahue missed the shot as well. And here comes Andrean again. Brum to Metella. Turns, fire, score. 39-37. Andrean trails Yorktown by 2. Scott Holstor comes up the court against Kyle Brum. 6:43 to play in the game. Holstor to Henderson. Long pass across the beam. It all kind of circulates around senior co-captain Lucas Bean and the other co-captain John Donahue, a double-figure day as well. Here's Bean out to Holstor. Fakes, flares, it's up. Oh, it's no good. Rebound Metella. Metella over Donahue. Just the corner again.
Yorktown has shot the last 2 times, not very good shot selection.
Look at the Shane Power. Power to Jared Fry. Fry back to Kyle Brum. Thrown up in the wing. They got Jared Kelly back in the ball game. And Power's in the lane on Bean. Turns, fires in. Bean tried doesn't shoot. Oh, inside is Donahue wide open and headed. Good, and Henderson with a great pass. And the bucket by Donahue, and John got 12. Best game of the year for Donahue. 43-40. Yorktown by 3. Shane Power muscles in, fires. The good rebound with Bean. Got a foul. Len McCallum. It's full. Len McCallum, the big guy. 6'9", gets his fourth foul.
But if they go to O'Neal, all he did was grab 10 points and have 4 rebounds in the first half. So if they want to make a change, they've still got some horses.
And Ryan is going in 22nd timeout with 4:11 to play. Yorktown has the ball and the lead, 43-40. 30 seconds from now, we'll be right back. Home continue to knock off the big teams. They got Delta, of course, and Lebanon. And they get Ben Ryan. Up the court come the Tigers with Lucas Bean. Bean, double team. Caleb Henderson wide open. Push the three. Donahue found the rebound. Banged into Shane Power. And Luke Bean hit the court. And in some pain, but now he'll bounce back up. Thought Henderson had that on hold. We're a tick under 4 minutes to play in the game. Yorktown, 43-40. We were tied twice in the first half early in the game, and we were tied 5 times in the third quarter. We went there in the fourth.
We've already seen one group of hearts broken here today. Peru left shattered after a last-second shot beat them. Plymouth was exalting their team's performance. They'll be back tonight. What's going to happen?
Inside, it comes to Shane Power against the press, and he gets it back to Jared Fry. Fry to let McCullough play with 4 fouls. I think Coach Clint Sloan feels McCullough has to stay in. Here he goes. Let it go. McCullough makes it a 1-point ball game. Yorktown 43, Andrean 42. We may not finish this in 32 minutes. Caleb Henderson from the wing to Woolston. Scott Woolston, the skip pass back to Lucas Bean. Bean right back to Woolston. He was open. He pulls up for the 15-footer. McCullough got caught on it. Donahue, the rebound, is found by Shane Power.
Boy, there's a case, I think, where a player's instinct that you've used all season is no longer valid. How many times must Caleb Henderson have pulled up, or Woolston pulled up from outside, ducked in, took a shorter shot, but very seldom they had a 6'8" player with his range, Martello's range, lunge at him, deflect that ball, and it's just fortunate for Yorktown they were able to get the rebound and get to the free throw line, but you can't blame the kid for doing what you've done all season.
Donahue, perfect from the line.
You realize, and I don't want to put the hex on anybody, we did have one miss. Yorktown has hit 7 straight free throws in this game.
And John Donahue has 5 straight himself, and Donahue leads the Yorktown scoring parade with 13.
One of the other things I think it's so critical for Yorktown, they've played from ahead. In this second half, they've not had to come from behind. They've not given Andrean a chance to hold the ball, pull him out, and force him to foul him.
Donahue, 14 for John Donahue, and 6 in a row from the free throw line, and the Tigers again in a 3-point lead. 3:22 to play in the game. Kyle Brown on the outside. Scott Woolston sticks with it. Lynn McCullough outside. 4 fouls on him. Emerson Hurd sticking right with him. McCullough turning. He's a bit frustrated. Hurd. Belly to belly.
Was Hurd ever leading him?
Oh, boy, he was. Here's Shane Power still up. Emerson Hurd gets his steal. Took it all the way. Oh, he fouled Hurd. Not intentional. That was just a good hard foul. Shane Power. Well, he's supposed to a technical foul, Jeff. He's trying to tell the official Hurd fouled him. He got the foul, and now Emerson goes to the free throw line. Yorktown, I believe they haven't led by over 3 in the entire second half. They did lead 8-4 early on in the first period, and Hurd got 2 free throws coming. That's 8 fouls on Andrean, by the way.
That's a third on Shane Power.
And Emerson way off on the free throw. Could have used that one. He gets another try. Emerson Hurd for the Yorktown Tigers. Off the bench
situation where Bowden would take a 55-gallon drum right now. This is emotional, and I think Andrean, what you're seeing is just a little bit of panic in the play of the sophomore Shane Power. Now maybe that'll turn out to be positive for him, but right now I think there's just a little bit of panic in Shane Power.
Remember what Joe Bradburn says? He said, "Hey, we can beat this ball club. We're quicker. We can play better basketball. We're far from winning it, but they lead by 4 with the ball. 2:30 to play."
In the first half, Andrean they were able to play the kind of game that they probably played all season in the first half. They dominated the boards. The other team didn't shoot well against them. In this half, Yorktown's defense has really stuck it to Andrean, and the Tigers have only made one turnover in the second half. That's unbelievable.
Left beat on the inbounds to Scott Holsclaw. Yorktown will have the penalty free throw. I'm sorry, the 1-on-1. There's a foul. Well, they're fouling early. That's Laura Reed will be at the free throw line with a 1-on-1.
It only
9 fouls on Andrean.
It only counts, as I said in the first game, when Plymouth was parading to the line and outscored Peru by 20. He who shoots free throws wins, and we add to that, you must make your share of free throws. You think in tournament, at least 80% of the free throws you must make. Luke Beam has not been there. Yorktown, as a team, has hit 9 of 10.
Beam for the game with 8. The free throw, yes! Donahue leads the way with 14. Beam's got 9.
When do you start also to see Jared Fry go into that three-point shooting that he did so well in the first half?
Biggest lead for Yorktown's at 5 by 6. Beam hits it. He's got double fingers in 10. Yorktown ahead by 6, 48-42. They said it couldn't be done. With the ball is Jared Fry against Caleb Henderson. Fry looking, and feeds it back outside to Jeff Fuss. Fuss over to Kyle Brown. We're down to 2 minutes to go. Steal. Caleb Henderson gets the steal. Coming all the way. Caleb Henderson gets Yorktown an 8-point lead. He's fouled. He is fouled on the play. The basket will count. Caleb Henderson gets the steal. What did Joe Bradburn say about quickness? He said, "We're quicker. We can do it." We haven't been playing bucket yet. It should be 50-42 Yorktown, I think.
Brown just got 2 fouls in about 30 seconds. He's their playmaker. And I'll tell you, the other young man's fairly frustrated over there for Andrean, and they took a timeout.
Isn't it 50-42, Jeff? They never recorded that.
That's what I've got.
Okay, we've got a break. We'll be back in 1 minute with Yorktown leading 50-42 on the line. Back in a minute. WRBC. If one of your news was another big-time team, in fact, they knocked off Delta when they were number 1, and Rhodes number 2. That's a pretty good shot for Yorktown if they get it done.
Well, in fact, I look over there and I see Paul Keller and his wife, and Paul Keller, he knew he would be in this building today, but they had every reason to think they might be playing in this Semi-State, but Yorktown had something to say with that, and I mentioned Wayne Barker and Chris Benedict, 2 players that played with Joe Bradburn and went to high school out in Wapahani and cut his teeth out there. What do you think of a guy like Ron Baldwin, who still works and still contributes to the scouting report for Yorktown and the great basketball tradition that the Tigers have had? Well, back you have Don Rogers on the air this week, and we have Mike Necessary on the air. Mike's with his team, who was with them down at Hinkle today, but the Tiger basketball tradition is focusing to a laser point right here on the 21st of March, 1998, as the Tigers try to make the final 2 in Class 3A basketball.
Joe's got all guards in there now, Jeff. Chris Stevens is in, Caleb Henderson, Scott Holsclaw, Jared Quarles, and Luke Bean. Bean's not a guard, but he handles the ball much of the time, and Yorktown's going to have to hit free throws. They lead by 6, and they're going to wait and be fouled. There's Powers fouling Jared Quarles, and they may have picked the right one to foul. Jared, I'll tell you, out at the line very often, and Powers fighting a bit about the foul.
The thing I don't like, I like Shane Power, but the thing I don't like about him, he's one of those cocky sophomores that that you were thinking the same thing, Maury. Hey, you better back off a notch. But that's what got him here. That's what got this Yorktown team to this level. Is their tremendous defense, and so why back off at this point? It's frustrating Andrean.
Yorktown just 65 seconds away from playing Plymouth with the Muncie Semi-State crown tonight. Lucas beat up the defensive court. Gets across the timeline, immediately double team inside to Donahue. He was open and passed up the shot. Back to Henderson over to Bean. 50 seconds to play. Bean back to Henderson. Yorktown a better ball handling team now. There's a foul on Jeff Fuss. Caleb Henderson at the free throw line with 2 on the penalty.
I don't know that I could name one MVP for Yorktown today, Maury, but among those I would most single out might be John Donahue with 14 points, and the way he has battled bigger guys, the stronger guys inside. John Donahue is showing some real senior ability and leadership today for the Yorktown Tigers.
Excellent balance. Caleb Henderson has eight. There's Bean. It's the free throw. And Yorktown putting this thing away. 8-point lead with 47 seconds to play.
Henderson and Holsclaw and a couple of threes between them.
Here's Caleb again. 53-44, the Tigers with a 9-point lead. I think that's the biggest of the game. There's Darren Kelly missing a three. Rebound out of bounds. Yorktown. Tigers begin the beat. 40 seconds to play the lead by 9.
Andrean was forced by Yorktown to play their style of basketball.
And they have Franco's foul. They control the tempo of the game.
If you're the team that sets the tempo, that sets the pace and intensity level, you have a much better chance to win than if you're constantly reacting to what happens on the court. Yorktown made Andrean react, and Yorktown's aggressive play today has proven to be the difference.
Long pass down court. Jared Close with 40 seconds. Has the ball back to Caleb Henderson. He's fouled. New man in for Andrean. Lamar Taylor gets the foul, and it'll be Henderson back on the line. I like the defense. I like the poise. I like the balance. I like the ball. I like the attitude.
At Ball State University, there's one thing. Red is a better color scheme than green, but right now, the green looks awfully good, and I think we're going to see a lot more green here tonight than we are right now. And there's a good crowd of green today, but tonight the green's going to look great in an arena built for red.
Normally we see Eastern Michigan in green.
Or Ohio.
Yeah. Here's Henderson. He missed the free throw. Got a second one coming. Yorktown from the free throw line. They shot 18, and they've connected on all but 4 of them. We've got a timeout with 36 seconds to play. Another free throw will come to Caleb Henderson. We'll keep it right here. 36 and a half seconds to play. Yorktown 53-44. You can't say they don't belong here. They knocked off Delta. They knocked off Andrean perhaps here this afternoon. They take care of Oregon. I tell you, it's been a great ride for the Tigers.
I can't think of a team that they've beaten that has been, with exception back at the section level. Lebanon, you could make a case if you're a Lebanon fan that they were better than Yorktown. Delta could make that case, and Rain could make that case, but you know what? Yorktown is still tall and beating the ball. And I'll tell you, today, when Andrean, you had them by 6, Andrean led 22-16, you started to wonder, hey, is this Andrean team just physically superior to Yorktown? Not enough.
Well, they're physically superior, but Yorktown's got a much bigger heart. The free throw was hit by Henderson. It's a 10-point lead. There's Shane Powers looking at 3 with 30 seconds to play. So it's down to a 7-point lead with 30 seconds to play. 50-47. Yorktown will take a 30-second timeout on WOBC. We'll keep it here. 30 seconds to play in the game. 54-47. The Yorktown Tigers lead it by 7. And, well, you just look at Donahue's 14. Bean with 10. Hurd off the bench with 9. Caleb Henderson has played an outstanding game. Both ends of the court with 11. Holsclaw has come off the bench and had 7. I like the balance. I like the effort. I like the odds right now.
Well, as I said before, many times, a compilation of players playing awfully well is better than one player playing great.
Bean on the Holsclaw. We're down to 28 seconds, and Scott is fouled from behind. Gives a personal foul against Lamar Taylor, and Scott Holsclaw
of this semi-state than any other.
Well, there's Terry Lewis coming in. Check out some others who are in. Matthew Justin, does that sound right?
Yeah, now what Yorktown has to do is just put this one down. They've got a very short turnaround.